Hello, good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me and see me. This is my first time going live. So we're just going to get right into it. I wanted to talk about anxiety and depression and guilt and shame. So, some things that I deal with on a personal daily basis. And um, people frequently don't differentiate between a feeling like love, sadness, fear, joy, terror, and a behavior or kissing someone, attempting suicide, avoiding social encounters, running over someone, hitting someone. Behaviors can be wrong. And I want to make it clear that feelings can never be wrong, but behaviors can be wrong. For instance, it is wrong to kill people. People's feelings aren't wrong. It is not wrong to be angry with someone. Um, Confusing behavior with feelings leads people to be judgmental of themselves and others. And if you don't have my Spotify, Sips Tea with Haley on Spotify, my very first 2 episodes is about judgment and unraveling that and how to not be judgmental towards yourself, especially, but also towards others externally, because it starts with us, right? So anyways, kind of got off track there, but back to this. Yes, look me up on Sips Tea with Haley on Spotify. But having feelings and acting on it are two different things. You have been angry with many people, and you've probably never killed anyone. I hope. At least I haven't. If you don't trust your feelings and if you confuse feelings with behaviors, you begin to dread your own feelings because you assume they lead to behaviors that you want to avoid, right? So you have all these feelings all the time and engage in no behavior to demonstrate those emotions, learning to trust that even strong feelings do not have to be acted upon can reduce your tendency to avoid or push away your feelings. And that can be a powerful way of developing confidence in your emotional life. But with anxiety and depression, blame is anxiety and depression being guilt. The two powerful forces that make you distrust all of your feelings. The result is invalidation, where you tell yourself your feelings are wrong. Your secondary emotional response begins. You start to blame yourself for your anxiety. It's my fault. I'm anxious. I feel guilty that you're depressed. I'm guilty of feeling something horrible, feeling no interest in something that I should feel excited about. There's an exercise to try and help work out some of these feelings and emotions, because I know for me, especially, I do the same thing. Like, it's my fault I'm feeling this way. I have bipolar 1 disorder. I have PTSD. I'm on 7 prescriptions. It's a whole thing up here, but I take care of myself, and it is a full-time job to take care of yourself in order to stay sane. So this is why I'm doing these videos, because it not only helps me stay in line and holds me accountable, but it also hopefully can help someone else through their experiences as well. But a way that you can get through some of these blockages of feeling like it's my fault that I'm unable to go to work today, or I'm useless, or I'm a piece of shit, and for every insult I give myself, I have to give myself 3 compliments. That's another really good exercise that I use whenever I catch myself saying something that's not kind, that I wouldn't say to my best friend. If I am saying that to myself, then I reframe it and give myself 3 compliments. Try it. It's nice. Um, You can identify situations that cause you to feel blame or guilt. And in that first column, there's going to be 3 columns that you write down. In the first column, write down the situation. For example, I'm so depressed, I can't force myself to go to work. And the second column, identify your thoughts about the situation. For example, I should be able to get out of work no matter how I feel. And in the third column, describe how those thoughts increase your sense of blame or guilt. Example, I'm to blame for my troubles because my feelings should not be causing me to miss work no matter what. Underneath those columns, reframe your feelings into positive statements like, I have a disease that is disabling to carry out daily tasks today, so I need to be extra kind to myself because my mind is not doing so. It's not your fault you have a disease. If someone had cancer and couldn't go to work that day, do you think that their bosses would think twice about it? And that's where the mental health stigma comes into play, because it should be treated exactly the same as any other health condition. But unfortunately, it's not. And there's very little help that we get from the state for those with disabilities and housing. And it's just a mess. Anyways, talking about reframing those feelings, let's get back on track here. So I need to be extra kind to myself because my mind is not being so. This changes the second column, which is the situation and the thought. And because it doesn't change the way they enforce thoughts then of grace and tenderness and self-love. Example, I am not to blame for my disease, and my feelings, although difficult to manage, can always be solved with feeling these emotions, giving them space, holding them, and releasing them. And if it takes a sick day to do that, I have no problem with that. So that is an example of a project you can do. Write down those 3 columns of whatever situation you're dealing with right now, your thoughts, the situations, and how those thoughts of the situation change your belief, or changes your belief or your pattern. And then make another 3-layered column underneath that and change that those things that you're saying to yourself, those negative things, into a positive reframe. And then you'll see the positive reframe of the situation, and then you'll see a positive reframe of the behavioral patterns. Now, taking this exercise and doing it on paper is one thing, and that is the first step, and that is huge. You're listening to this. Congratulations. You're doing it. You're already taking steps to show up for yourself. You fucking rock. And I'm proud of you. So try this exercise. If it helps, let me know. And I will talk to you guys soon. I love you.